Alright, I did a clip here a few years back, but there was no narration on it, so I'm going to do one now. We're in Mitre Square. As all Ripper historians and non-historians of the case should know, Mitre Square is the location of the murder of Catherine Eddowes between 1:30 and 1:44 AM on the 30th of September 1888, half an hour to 3/4 of an hour after the murder of Liz Stride in Dupfield Yard in Berners Street. I'll point out some of the things to you. Over there is Mitre Street with more modern buildings. There was one street lamp over in Mitre Street. Here was the back of a picture framing shop owned by Mr. Taylor. Here was the back of an empty house. There was a warehouse running up this side. This is now the playground, more modern, 1900s, of the Sir John Cass Foundation School. The alley at the end. This is St James's Passage today. At the time of the murders it was called Church Passage, and it was little more than a metre wide from where the modern wall is up to just past the first bollard. There was another street light hanging off the side of the building there. Along here were the offices of Kearley and Tong. Over in that far corner was where their night watchman George Morris would be at night time, the only man awake in Mitre Square at night. The alleyway is there now as it was then. Again, changed names. It's now St James's Passage, and it was at the time. Oh, I've forgotten. Doesn't matter. I should know these things. I do know them. I just can't be bothered to say them right now. And over there is where number 3 used to be. The family of P.C. Richard Pierce lived there, and there was an empty house there. And there was another warehouse jutting out of that far corner. The steps into the ground here, some tour guides will tell you, are the same ones that were extant at the time of the murders, but they probably aren't because they're not laid in the same direction. The murder spot of Liz Stride, although people tell you all sorts of places, is actually just about here. It's near the edge of the pavement, in the gap between where the flower bed is and the modern wall. Some tour guides will tell you the middle of the flower bed, which is right in the middle of the houses. Some tour guides will tell you out in the middle of the square. But we know of the plans of Frederick Foster, the plans that were found in the mid-60s in the cellar of the Royal London Hospital, but this is actually where the body was lying.